How's everyone feeling? Good? And I'm honored to welcome, we call this a peaceful protest, to the White House in support of the incredible men and women of law enforcement and all of the people that work so well with us. And I have to tell you, our Black community, our Hispanic community, thank you very much. Thank you. But before going any further, I want to thank all of you for your prayers. I know you've been praying, and I was in that hospital. I was watching down over so many people, and I went out to say hello to those people, and I took a little heat for it, but I do it again. Let me tell you, I do it again. And on behalf of myself and the First Lady, this has been really an incredible outpouring, and we're starting very, very big with our rallies and with our everything, because we cannot allow our country to become a socialist nation. We cannot let that happen. And that's what would happen, or worse, by the way, or worse. I want you to know our nation's going to defeat this terrible China virus, as we call it. And we're producing powerful therapies and drugs, and we're healing the sick, and we're going to recover. And the vaccine is coming out very, very quickly in record time. As you know, it's coming out very, very soon. We have great, great companies doing it, and they'll be distributing it, and we will through our military very, very rapidly. Through the power of the American spirit, I think, more than anything else. Science, medicine will eradicate the China virus once and for all. We'll get rid of it all over the world. You see big flare-ups in Europe, big flare-ups in Canada, very big flare-up in Canada. You saw that today. A lot of flare-ups, but it's going to disappear. It is disappearing, and vaccines are going to help, and the therapeutics are going to help a lot. I just want to thank everyone this afternoon. What beautiful colors. Where did you get that color, Candace? Where did that come from? What a beautiful color. I want to get one of them. I want to put one of them on instead of a white shirt. I want to thank you, though, seriously. Every day, more Black and Latino Americans are leaving behind left-wing politicians and their failed ideology. That's what they are. They failed for many years and many, many decades. Democrats have run nearly every inner city in America, and I mean for 100 years, and their policies have delivered nothing but calamity, poverty, and trouble. Sleepy Joe Biden's betrayed Black and Latino Americans. If you think he can run this country, you're wrong. For half a century, shipping your jobs to China, that's what they've been doing. We're bringing the jobs back. We've been bringing them back. We've been charging China a lot of money, too, with the tariffs, a lot of money, billions and billions of dollars. Opening your borders to mass illegal immigration. The wall is now 380 miles long. It'll soon be finished. Trapping us in endless foreign wars, these ridiculous foreign wars that last for 19 years. Our people are coming back home, you know that. And selling you out to the rich globalist Wall Street donors. They have the Wall Street donors. They want the Wall Street donors. Someday somebody's going to have to write a little story about that. Black and Latino Americans are rejecting the radical socialist left, and they're embracing our pro-jobs, pro-worker, pro-police. We want law and order. We have to have law and order, and pro-American agenda. I want to thank the Blexit Foundation for organizing this event. Thank you very much. Thank you. And especially your two founders, two friends of mine, great people, Candace Owens and former Tucson police officer, Brandon Tatum. Thank you both. Great job. What a great job. Two really brilliant, smart young people. Great. And thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate it. So you've just marched to the White House because you understand to protect the lives of Black Americans and all Americans, you have to have your police support you. You have to have that. If the left gains power, they'll launch a nationwide crusade against law enforcement, and they've already done that. And you see them. They're doing that at a level that nobody's ever seen before. The other day in the debate, Biden couldn't even use the words law enforcement. I said, say law enforcement. Say law enforcement. and he was bailed out by the anchor. Then I said very simply, I said, name one law enforcement group that's supporting you. He couldn't do it, but he was bailed out by the anchor. Second time bailed, he got bailed out by that anchor a lot. Taking their funds away, their firearms, their fundamental authorities, taking everything away, including your freedom. Joe Biden even said when you call 911, a therapist should answer the call. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. But this is the people telling him what, because he doesn't say. He's told what to say. You saw what they introduced today. They've gone through a period of years, no fracking, no fracking, no fracking. All of a sudden gets a nomination. He says there's going to be fracking. For Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, Texas, North Dakota, all of you, there will be, if it happens, all of those jobs are gone. Your energy jobs are gone if they get in. Just remember I said it, okay? Just remember. But I don't think so either. There's been, and I have to say, there's been more enthusiasm. We have had more enthusiasm right now, this year, than we had 4 years ago by a factor of 3 times. And we had a lot. And they had none. They have no enthusiasm. They have no enthusiasm. In fact, the gap is so incredible. And a poll just came out. I think it said 56% of the people prefer their position now in the midst of a pandemic than they did 4 years ago. Think of what that means. 56. And it's a Gallup poll, and it's the highest poll ever recorded, 56%. Now tell me about that. No, we had it going, and we really had it going, and then the plague came in from China, but we're getting rid of that, and we're rebuilding it, and it's going to be better than it was even before. But the homes and churches and businesses of Black and Hispanic Americans have been looted. You know that. They've been vandalized and burned by left-wing fanatics. Total bad people. They know what they're doing. Yet Biden likes to call them peaceful protesters. You see people, you see anchors from a couple of the very bad, very corrupt networks standing, and behind them the cities are burning, and they're saying these are peaceful protests, and you look and everything's on fire. And I want to thank our law enforcement, and I want to thank everybody in the community and the community drives for working with law enforcement. I want to thank them. I think we probably have the support of every law enforcement group in this country, practically. I don't know of any that I don't. Maybe there must be some. There must be one. They'll find one tonight. They'll say, no, he misrepresented. But we have a level of support, the likes of which nobody's, I don't think, ever seen before. I don't think so. And you're going to see that. And you see how many crooked ballots are being found and turned back in and fraudulent? Just what I said. Then they'll say, he doesn't believe in freedom. I totally believe in freedom. That's called freedom. What we're doing is freedom. Tremendous problems with the ballots. 50,000 in Ohio, 25,000. You have to see it. I mean, every day there's a story about ballots. Some thrown out. They happen to have the name Trump. Military ballots were thrown out with the name Trump on them. Okay? But I think we're going to swamp them by so much. Hopefully it's not going to matter. And we have law enforcement watching. We have law enforcement watching all those ballots. They're being found for a reason. Left-wing politicians like Kamala Harris, who really did not do very well the other night. By the way, that was easy for him. No, he did a great job because we're on the side of right. We really are. We're on the side of right. And by the way, we are, and it's true, and I say it all the time now, more and more, we are draining the swamp like nobody in history has ever drained the swamp. Nobody in history has ever drained. We're here today to deliver a united message to police officers all across our great land that American, and I mean every American, every race and color, we love you. Every race, color, creed, we support you, we honor you. It's a dangerous profession. They've been doing an incredible job, and I just want to thank them on behalf of everybody here today because that's why we're safe. In contrast, the Democrats' socialist program and platform, and it really is more than socialist. It's not just socialist. It's beyond socialism. He says communist. That's about right. But I recently announced my plan to deliver more opportunity, security, fairness, and prosperity to the Black community, to the Hispanic community. And you know what it is? I don't have to go over it, but it's the Platinum Plan, and it's going to bring back new jobs, like at a level that you've never seen before. And we've done a lot. We've done a lot. But increased capital, it's going to increase money coming into the Black community, to the Hispanic community, where it's been very much shut out, and advance very much home ownership and wealth building. And it's already taken place, and it's taken place at a level. And had we not been hit by the pandemic, you would have seen numbers like you've never seen before. But those numbers are already rebuilding again. We're going to build up a peaceful and safer neighborhood program like you haven't seen, with the highest standards of policing. We'll create a healthcare system that delivers better care at a lower cost. Obamacare is a disaster. We want to terminate it. We want to get great healthcare, and that's what we're doing, great healthcare, and we'll always take care of pre-existing conditions, always. And I think we're at a point where we're getting, and right now, if you look at what we've done in healthcare, people don't talk about it. We've done an incredible job. Less expensive healthcare at a much better healthcare at a much less expensive price. You can't do better than that. And it's happening, and it's happening fast. Another thing is school choice. You have to have school choice. Charter schools, school choice. So I make this statement every once in a while, and people think it's a little bit on the bold side, but we've achieved a historic reduction in violent crime. We signed a landmark criminal justice reform bill that nobody thought was possible to even think about. I did that. I got that done. And I worked with a lot of people, but we got it done. The Obama administration couldn't get it done. Biden couldn't even think about it. He doesn't even know what it is. In the history of our country. The Black youth unemployment rate reached the lowest ever again in the history of our country. And last year, Black and Hispanic American poverty reached the lowest ever in the history of our country. It's all building back up so quickly. And if you look at what we've done with criminal justice reform, if you look at what we've done with historically Black colleges and universities where we funded them, they couldn't get funded. Nobody was funding them. For years and years and decades, nobody was funding them. And if you look at what we've done with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, opportunity zones and the jobs created. And I've said it very strongly, and perhaps, I don't know, criminal justice reform, people say maybe that's the best of all, but the fact is they're all great. Every one of them is great. And I say the fact is that I've done more for the Black community than any president since Abraham Lincoln. I say it, nobody can dispute it. Nobody can dispute it, it's true. Nobody can dispute it. So we are now beginning the fastest economic recovery in history. We created a record 11.4 million jobs just in the last 4 months. That's the fastest ever. The U.S. has seen the smallest economic contraction of any major nation anywhere in the world. So we've seen the smallest going down. If you look at it, that's an incredible statement. Our opponents will crush the comeback with unscientific lockdowns. They want to lock everything down. Here we go again. They want to lock it down. No. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let it happen. So important you get out and vote. You got to get out and vote. So we got a great poll in Florida, got a great poll in North Carolina, got a great poll in Arizona, got a great poll in Nevada. Actually, just got a great poll in Nevada. I think we're doing really well. I mean, this is in addition to states that we're going to win. Georgia's looking fantastic. Texas is looking fantastic. Well, think about Texas. They have no oil. They don't want oil. They don't want guns. They don't want religion. I don't think you're going to win Texas very well. Now, we got a great poll in Texas. We're getting great polls all over the place, and they understand it. It's driving them crazy. And you know why, though? And Candace, it's because of the spirit. There's a spirit the likes of which this country hasn't seen in a very, very long time. So I just want to thank you all for being on the White House lawn, this beautiful, great lawn. And I'm very proud of this country. I'm very, very proud. I want to thank all of the doctors and labs and scientists and all of the people that are working so hard, because we're way ahead of everybody. But I just want to thank most particularly you, because you people come out and you cheer and you love your country and you get it. You're way, way ahead of many, many people in this country. But the country is getting it. The country is seeing something now. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. The people of our country and the whole world is watching are seeing things now that they haven't seen in this country for decades. They're seeing a spirit and a resilience like they haven't seen. I just want to thank you, and get out and vote. We're going to make this bigger than even 4 years ago. It's more important. This is the most important election we've ever had. This is more important than even 4 years ago. I used to say the most important, and it was true at the time. This is the single most important election in the history of our country. Get out and vote, and I love you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Candace. Thank you. Thank you.
You've been listening to President Trump holding what was clearly an election rally at the White House. The crowd wearing matching T-shirts and red.
What's up?
Years, as well as
Let me mute this.
You, as Mr. Trump continued to undermine
what is up, guys?
confidence in the upcoming election.
That was the best speech I've seen in a while, right? It's good to see Trump out in the public. It's good to see all the young minority, Latino, Black, white, everybody out there, all the young Lexic movement group, the Blexic group. Then you got just Americans out there. Look at this scene, man. Look at this. It's so diverse. You got white people, you got Black people. You have all these people that are in support of America and in support of a president that loves America just as much as we do, which is why we got to get out to the polls on November 3rd and go vote. Can't stress that enough. This is the most important election we will ever take place in. And I'm so glad that I get to be a part of it in this lifetime, right? I never thought I would see something like this in my lifetime, but wow, it's epic. I'm super excited. What's up, everybody watching? How you guys doing? I'm going to be over on Just Facing in a bit. Corey's going to be interviewing me. Ooh. I wonder what kind of questions he's going to ask. I'm actually pretty nervous because Corey and Marlon like to mess with me. You guys know that if you watch the Hit Squad. He is the president for the people. Absolutely. Trump is amazing. Trump is an anomaly. Nobody ever expected a Trump to happen. But here he is. Can't say that I regret this at all. Trump rules. Yes, he does. Go Trump. But yeah, I wanted to show that so that people can see more than what the media depicts. And if you watch mainstream media, you would think that America hates Donald Trump. But guess what? Americans don't hate Donald Trump, nor do the Japanese or the Chinese or the Italians, Turkish people, the German people. There's so much support around the world for America and Donald Trump. So get in gear. You can handle those Trumps. Oh, man, they're fun to handle. I swear they are. Do you think more people are waking up to the lies on the left? Absolutely. And I say that because the vice presidential debate exposed Kamala. Nancy Pelosi just exposed the Democrat Party She just exposed them by feeling like she has to go into the Constitution and find something, the 25th Amendment, to render the American people powerless and have a commission deciding whether the president should be leading or not. It's almost as if they don't realize this is a representative government. We are a capitalist nation. You are voted in, and we the people vote you in. So I think a few, and you know what? When I say Democrats, I'm not talking about all Democrats. I'm talking about the career lobbying special interest politicians that just get in there and take advantage of their positions. So there are some Democrats that are definitely waking up to the craziness. They are. And you can see that with the walkaway movement. I think over 600K Democrats have now flipped and gone Republican. I wonder why that is. Trump is calling out the corruption, and that's why they try to paint him as a villain. Media and Dems are evil. Facts. What's up, Connecticut? Thanks for tuning in. I like it. Nancy looks like a wet lab rat. Tabitha, my sidekick. Chinese people love Trump. The government does not. You are absolutely right. The people is what matters, because a lot of government officials, important people with certain standings, not only in America, but other countries, they all have one interest, and that's lining their pockets and finding a way to keep control. Power is a hell of a drug. So is money. And money is the root of all evil if you're not using it for the proper purposes. Like if you start to worship money or feel like it's essential and you absolutely just need these, massive amounts of money, you have something going on upstairs and in your heart that you need to deal with. So the people is important. I pay attention to what the people say. I think more people need to be doing that instead of looking at these career Democrats, man. Come on. Obama's a fraud. Absolutely. I can't stand Barry and Michael. See, Mark, I don't want to say her name. Is it Margot or Margot? That doubt that you feel, right, is what Democrats want you to feel. And it's only because you see what's being depicted on TV and all the craziness, Antifa, Black Lives Matter. It's constantly plastered in your face, right? So then you start to think, damn, I'm worried for my country. Rightfully so. But we have power, right? More people are going to vote for, Trump. But a lot of them are scared to speak out and be vocal because they don't want to sit up and get attacked like I do on a daily. So faith is the size of a mustard seed. As long as we have faith and we go act upon that faith, because faith without works is dead. Nothing is unattainable, period. So everybody go out and vote November 3rd. It's important. Like the Democrats keep saying, vote like your life depends on it. But in this case, Democrats want to take our freedoms and want to completely snatch America away from the people, its rightful owners, and take over and turn this into a socialist nation. I, for one, will not go down without a fight. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to get up here and talk, say what I have to say, spread the good news, talk about government, talk about what's happening, the current events. You will always see Sunni's face on here, speaking the truth. Hello from Statesville. Wow, Statesville. I'm from Charlotte. Whoop, whoop. Keep up the good work. I honestly do not know how anyone with an ounce of common sense and logic cannot see what the media is trying to do. So glad to see so many woke. People are waking up. Barry the black guy. Gosh. But in about 30 minutes, I will be over on Just Face It with Corey, 2 parts of the Hit Squad. I'm not sure if Marlon's coming on, but he's going to be interviewing me. Dun, dun, dun. I'm scared. Who thinks, I don't know what kind of questions he's going to be asking me, y'all. I'm like low-key nervous because they like to joke, man. And I don't know. So pray for me. Willow Springs, North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina, man. I hope you know what? Since I'm from North Carolina, I hope my support in North Carolina grows because I love North Carolina. That's home. And we all have to fight the tyrannical governor, Cooper. Roy Cooper needs to go. He has not. If any of you are familiar with Charlotte, you know how nice Charlotte is and how well kept our areas are, especially downtown areas. Yes, there are some homeless people down there, but our city is a beautiful city. A lot of history there. 10 cities everywhere now, guys. It's ridiculous how crappy they're treating, the Queen City. Roy Cooper needs to go. All the Democrats. I feel like we need a break from Democrats. We need a break from Democrat leadership. Okay? Give us a break. Let somebody else run the country and y'all go take a little vacation for I want to say forever. Go away forever. Run Forest One. Yes, vote for Dan Forest. Cooper will be history come November 3rd. Facts, man. Get out there and vote. Don't be scared. I'm not. I have had my faith restored in these last couple years, especially these last couple months. No one would ever be able to have me waver or bend or break. But you guys' support is amazing. Thank you. I pray you're right. I'll vote. You'll vote. We'll do our part. But in honesty, I won't rest easy until this is all over. I understand. I definitely understand. Democrat governors need to go. Yes. Right? Go away forever. FBI just concocted a story about Whitmer being kidnapped to justify the wall she wants around her mansion. I thought the wall was racist. Isn't that what these people said? You can't build a wall. This is America. You need to let everybody in. Well, Whitmer, you need to let everybody in your home. It's America. There's no such thing as personal property, personal wealth. It's all community. Who does she think she is? She's going against her party. Voter fraud is real no matter how many times Facebook says it's not. Facebook is a commie. Okay, Facebook is a communist group. It's a communist machine. They're on here to push the communist agenda, the communist message. If you show an ounce of support for Trump, okay, or you speak out against the alphabet crew, LGBTQ, elemental P, whatever they're calling themselves nowadays, you have a huge target painted on your back. And you know what makes you a bigger target? When you're Black and conservative, because they don't expect us to be thinking for ourselves. So screw Facebook. Screw them. I'm just going to keep using their platform to get my message out. How did you get to be the great woman you are with all the hate and racism against Black folks? I like that question. That sarcasm is dope. I just did a Facebook. I did a live last night where I came to the realization, right? To white people, I'm a hero, and they are amazed that I didn't fall into the trap like the majority of Black people do. And Black people are like, nah, you're a sellout. You sold your people out. I'm trying to figure out what I benefited. What did I gain from doing all this? Shoot. Send me the bag. Democratic Party has proven its true colors over the past 12 years. JFK was the only Democrat I had respect for. You know what? And he was dead long before I was even born. JFK was a conservative by nature. If JFK would have run in 2020, he wouldn't be a Democrat. I saw that post. You gang looking yourself in the mirror. TikTok. Who still has TikTok? If you guys are still using TikTok, get rid of it. It's a Chinese app and they have access to your data. Data has your information, your habits, what you do on your phone, the things you research, your videos. It's data, guys. Data is what is really important and essential because this is a digital age. I'm just saying, something to think about. If you guys aren't doing anything in the next 30 minutes, and I hope you got the West Coast watching, I'm going to be going over to Just Face It. So go over to my man, Corey. I'm going to pull it up so you guys can see what it is and follow his page because he's got some really great content. He's the other half of the Hit Squad. He's a nice one. He's a nice one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me show you guys. Just face it. That's me. He's going to be interviewing me. So let's get to know Suni. If you guys are interested in knowing who I am, come on over. Come on over. Go to the Just Face It page. Come chill with me and Corey. And we'll have a good time. Sorry, I got a message. I need to read this really quick. So you guys can see my messages. Dang. Dang. Yes. Oh gosh. This is what my screen looks like all day. Things popping up left and right. Boom, boom, boom. But yes, come on over. We're gonna be live in a few minutes. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Please go vote November 3rd and vote Trump. And vote like your life depends on it because this is the year of the ballot or the bullet. And if you haven't listened to that speech, go listen to the very great leader we had in the Black community. And he goes by the name of Malcolm X. Check out the ballot and the bullet. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to drop some dope ass knowledge on y'all so you guys can go share this with other people. And I'll let Malcolm tell you himself.
In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, in Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republican. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you backed controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.